Well, g'day folks, and another session on today about various first aid items. And today we're going to be talking about the defibrillator. How does it work and what does it do? Defibrillators come in all different shapes and sizes and different manufacturers. We're looking at a number of different types of manufacturers here on the screen. So when we look at a defib, the question is, how will it fit our business and how will it fit our environment? Some defibrillators are semi-automatic. That means you need to push a button to make it shock. Other defibrillators are fully automatic. That means they do everything themselves. They deliver the shock and then give you the instruction to do CPR. At the end of the day, you make the choice. So the defibrillator we are promoting is the one provided by Samaritan Heart Sign. It's the Samaritan 500P. It is an absolutely fantastic defibrillator, and I'm going to run through some of the important things that defibrillators should do. Another one we also promote is the Zoll unit, and what I'll do is I'll go through exactly the functions of how a defib actually works. So primarily, as you can see there on the whiteboard, the defibrillator is a monitor. So what we see there is 4 different heart rhythms. The top one being what we call sinus rhythm. The second one being what we call ventricular tachycardia fibrillation, the third one being ventricular fibrillation, and the last one being a flat line or asystole. Okay, so now if we took a look at the process, a defibrillator does not work for number 1 and number 4, a flat line or an asystole. Where the defibrillator actually works is the middle two. So what does that mean? Well, it means that when we have a casualty, we look at the rhythms, and if the rhythms are in ventricular tachycardia fibrillation VT or ventricular fibrillation VF, we then need to deliver the shock. And what the shock actually does is stop the heart rhythms. It interrupts the heart rhythms. And so what that does is link up with CPR. So the defib says, push the button, you hit the button, the heart stops, we need to start doing CPR, and what the CPR does is now assist by pushing blood around the body and also get the heart muscle starting to work so that it can then work on its own. Now sometimes what happens is a casualty requires more than one shock. All depends on the situation and the circumstances. So when we're looking at a casualty, first thing we do, we're going through the DRS ABCD, danger response, send for help, check the airways. Airways are clear. When the airways are clear, we check for breathing. If they're not breathing normally, we need to do CPR. And your best weapon in dealing with CPR is the defibrillator. So defib goes on to the casualty, it reads the rhythms, determines they're in a shockable rhythm, you deliver the shock, continue CPR, it reads the rhythms after 2 minutes. If the rhythms are okay, it'll tell you to continue with compressions. If the rhythms are not okay, it'll then tell you to deliver another shock. And it'll keep on delivering shocks as long as the heart is not beating in a regular format or the casualty is flatlined. Defibrillator is your best friend when you've got a casualty with a cardiac arrest. Reason being, put a defibrillator onto a casualty within the first minute of them actually requiring the defibrillator. So in the first minute of them having a cardiac arrest, you have the opportunity to save their life 90% of the time. Wait 5 minutes, that's 50%. Get a defib on, quick, smart. So if you have any further questions about defibrillators, why not check out our Facebook page at 1SDO Training 41558, or on our YouTube channel. Leave some comments below, like or subscribe to our channel, and leave your comments below, and we will answer them as quickly and as best as we possibly can. Keep tuned, because you never know what we'll be putting up next. Have a great day.